So now let us go to the lesson part, go to the grammar part, which is very, very important and very important when we talk about conditions. It's nothing but if clause. What if your action depends on a condition? What do you do when you need to convey something? When you need to convey something, what do you do? You say you could do, could have done, or would never do again. When expressing something that has not actually happened, or that could or might happen in the future, we use if clauses. I hope you're clear with that. When you want to express something which you would have done in the past, you would have completed those things, you would have made those things in the future, would like to do that, then you take help of if clauses. That is, if your actions depend on a condition, when you need to convey something, you could do, would do, could have done, or would never do again. When expressing something that has not actually happened or might happen in the future, you take help of if clauses. These if clauses have two main parts. The first part is called the conditional clause and almost always begins with the words if, were, or had. So, if clauses have two main parts. First part is called conditional clause, and it always begins with the words like if, were, or had. Let me tell you a few examples. If I had, were they there, like this. Had she known, these words. If I had, were they there, had she known, are these conditional clauses. Depending on the nature of the condition in the first part, if clauses are divided into three types. So, if clause have two main parts. First part is called conditional clause, and these conditional clause begins with words like if, were, had, and the other part depends on the condition of how we maintain. So, if clauses are divided into three types. Type 1. Here, the first part includes a simple condition, a prediction about a future event or action, and the conditional clause includes if plus subject plus verb in simple present tense. The result clause includes this. So, first one, type 1. In the type 1, when you are going to talk about a simple condition, or when you are talking about a simple condition or a prediction means telling something about future, a future event or action, then you take help of this type 1. In very simple words, if I have to talk about type 1, when do you use means they may not be real, often they may become real. Often means when you can predict about a future event, that time you can use this type 1 conditional clause. Now let us see, the structure is subject plus will or can or may plus verb. You can use all these things. So let us see with examples. If I do with examples, you can understand it better. First one, if it rains, this is the main clause. If it rains, a conditional clause is if it rains, I will carry an umbrella. Often real, maybe not. This is a prediction which we are talking about. So type 1 is when you are including a simple condition and telling about a prediction of future event or action. They may not be completely real, they may often real. So that sentences, conditional clauses, if it rains, I told you conditional can be if, were, had. In the first type, the condition will be if it rains, subject is I will carry an umbrella. So this is type 1. So when you are talking about any simple condition and predicting about a future event, you take help of type 1 if clause. And next example. If I pass the exams, I will go on a holiday. If I pass the exams, I will go on a holiday. This is not real. This is often real. Sometimes they may go on real. If we start early, one more example, we can catch the train. If we start early, we can catch the train. So type 1 is when you are talking about a simple condition or a prediction about a future action, future event or action, you take help of this first type of conditional clause. Structure will be subject plus will or can or may plus verb. And conditional clauses, if it rains. This if is the conditional clause. It starts with if. So these are examples. Next, type 2. Here, the first part includes a hypothetical condition. That is, what is hypothetical condition? Unreal condition. First type, often real. Second type, unreal condition. That is hypothetical condition. Or a situation that is not true or possible at the moment or in the near future. When we talk about any unreal situation which may not be true in the near future, then you can take help of type 2 conditional clause. So the conditional clause has the structure if or were plus subject plus verb in subjunctive form. The result clause has this. No, don't get confused with all those things. When you are talking about a type 2, if conditional clauses, when do you talk about type 2 conditional clauses? When you are talking about a hypothetical condition. What is hypothetical condition? Which is unreal, which may not be true or possible in the very near future. Then the sentence structure should be, were I the PM, I would abolish all exams. So is this possible in the near future? Maybe after 20-25 years you may be, but now, immediately now, you can't be the PM. Were I the PM, I would abolish all the exams. So second type is hypothetical condition. Hypothetical means unreal. If they studied properly, they could perform well. Then, if I violated the ethical standards, I would risk losing my license. All these may not be true or possible at the moment or in the near future. That is, when you are talking about hypothetical, unreal conditions, you can take help of type 2. Then coming to type 3. Here, the first part includes an imagined condition, Second part, hypothetical, unreal condition. Third part, which includes imagined condition, completely imagined. That is, a situation possible in the past, but not in the present, which was possible in the past, but not in the present. That shows it's not at all possible, imagined condition. The condition clause has the structure like if or had plus subject plus had plus verb in the past participle form verb. Don't worry about the structure. When you read with example, you can understand it much better. So let us see the example. If you had studied well, you would have been working with me. So you would have been working with me. So this is the thing, means past action, situation which was possible in the past, imagined condition in the past, but not in the present. If I had applied to this college, I could have got the seat. So all crying over spilt milk, like that, past conditions. Finished, you imagined about that condition. First part includes an imagined condition, a situation possible in the past, but not in the present. When you are talking about such sort of condition, you'll take help of type 3 conditional clauses. First clause is, you're talking about often real. Second clause is when you are talking about hypothetical condition, that is unreal. And third one is imagined condition, means maybe in the past it would have happened, but not in the present. These are the structures which you need to take help when you are doing this if conditional clauses. That is one important point which every student should be careful in learning if clauses.